This is the Roulette Master, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe by hitting the red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Also ring that bell for notifications because I have new content releasing every single day of the week at 9 a.m. And for today's system, this is a combination of some things that David Box has sent me recently about the hybrid system where you play Martingale and DeLambert, and then I'm also mixing in a little bit of Lenny magic in this one, and I think it's a better way than what we did in the last video. So let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you don't like it, or would modify it down in the comments as always. And let's get started. So the video I did yesterday was where you do $10 units and you martingale until you get to 320, and then after that you switch to the DeLambert and you go up 10 down 10 until you get back in profit, and then you start over. I talked to David Box a little bit, and he thinks that one should be modified to 160 is where you stop instead of 320, and then I tried that a little bit. Definitely worked better than the original one, but I made another modification to it that's something we've looked at in the past, which is to add a little bit of a Lenny system into this. I think it works better. So let me show you what I'm talking about, and we'll start with $10 units. Oh, the other thing David Box said was to do play like a pro at the beginning. So I'm going to do that as well, and that means you have to have 2 to bet against. So in this situation, we could only bet red would be the only one we could bet at this one. Sometimes you have 2 options. Let's start with $10 on red. And again, we're going to start by martingaling, which is doubling the bet. Okay, we lost, so we'll go to 20. Okay, we lost, so now we'll go to 40. I actually hope I do have a losing streak so I can show you this how to use this recovery. If not, I'll simulate it for you. Okay, so this is normal martingale, so we'd start back at $10 after we just won there. And using play like a pro, we can't spin on this one though. But using all 6 of the outside bets, very rarely do you have to spin without betting. But it saved us a 0 there, so that's something. So now we need to spin at least twice and get 2 things to bet against. But generally, you're not spinning without betting when you're using all 6 outside bets. There's almost always one of those that has 2 in a row to bet against. And right now, so in this situation, we could bet on black or we could bet on 1 to 18, either one. And let's go ahead and bet on 1 to 18, and we're at $10. Or actually, I'm sorry, we're at $20 because that one previously we lost. And let's spin. Okay, we won there, so we're back to 10. Now we could play black, or we could play. Actually, black would be the only option right now with Play Like a Pro. And if you don't remember how to use the Play Like a Pro system, I would advise you to definitely try that out and go watch that previous video. So let's go to 20 now. Okay, so we won at 20. And it probably will take a while to get to there, so I'm going to go ahead and simulate it. But basically, you understand that martingale is doubling. The original system was going to 320 instead of 160, but David and I talked, and I think 160 became a better option. But here's where I like Lenny's system better. So let's just act like we just went 20, 40, 80, 160, and lost. And at that point, the next bet would be 160 again, and in this situation it'd be 19 to 36 for 160. But in the original video it was 1 up, 1 down, And I think that it actually works better if you go 2 up, 1 down. Okay, so we lost. So you can see there now we would be more down than that normally, but I'm simulating this, so we lost. What you want to look at is that we lost at 160. So now we would go up 2 units to 180. And the idea is that you have to be back in profit before you would start over. Okay, so we'd go from 180, we'd go back to 170, but then 2 up when we win. So the next one would be 170, and let's see. We are in profit now, so if that's what you saw, you would start over, but that's because I had to simulate it. So we probably have to get at least one more win to get back up there. And if you have any questions about that, I know it's a little confusing with me simulating the losses in Martingale, but otherwise I think I'd be here all day trying to get all those losses in a row. But what you need to know is that I won at 180, so the next one would be 170. And if I lost, I'd go up to $10 units. So we're going to go 170, and let's go. Actually, we can't bet on this one because we need 2 to bet against. Okay, so now we'd bet 1 to 18 for 170. And you need a large bankroll for this. I recommend $2,000, but if you're a low roller, you could start with dollar units instead of $10 units, and then just divide the 2,000 by 10, and then you have your the amount of money that you should start with. So that was 170. So now we'd go to 190 because we're going up 2 units. Make sure that's at 190. There we go. Okay, and we won. So then we get back up in profit, and whether it takes that one or one more, whatever it takes to get back up in profit, then you just start back over with the martingale, and then you go 10, 20, 40, 80, 160, and then stop at 160, and then at once your next bet would be 160 after you lose, and then go 2 up, 1 down, which would be 2 units of 10 up or 1 unit of 10 down until you get back in profit, and then switch back over to martingale. So for those of you that like these hybrid systems like this, give it a try. Before you try it at the casino, try it on an app and see how it works for you. And let me know down in the comments how you do with that. And if you have any, I know it's a little confusing when I had to simulate the losses in martingale because I didn't want to do an hour video, but eventually you will lose in martingale if you play long enough. So this gives you a way to not reach the table maximum, and I think it works better than the original system where it was 1 up, 1 down, and then 320 was where you started over. So let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear from you as always. That's the best part from me is getting your comments and learning from everyone. If we can all learn from each other, then we'll all find better ways to play roulette, and that's the goal of the channel. So if you have a system you'd like to send it in. I would love to showcase it on the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Also ring that bell for notifications because I have new content releasing every single day of the week at 9 a.m. And this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day.